If you're making plans to simplify your surroundings this summer, a great place to start is to donate that vehicle you don't use anymore. It's easy, pickup is free, and we turn the proceeds into great radio. Learn more at wvxu.org, and you could even get a tax deduction in the process.
Welcome to The Novelizers. I'm Stephen Levinson. We're hard at work on our next season, novelizing one of the top 10 Batman films ever created, The Dark Knight. But in the meantime, we have a super special episode for you, a live show we recently did at Caveat in New York, where we presented 4 chapters from our Wrath of Khan season, narrated live by Dave Hill, SNL's Chris Redd, Kids in the Hall's Dave Foley, and from Archer and Bob's Burgers, Jon Benjamin. And if you want to hear the Novelizers live, we've got 2 more live events coming up. And if you want to hear the Novelizers live, we've got 2 more live events coming up. We're back in New York at Caveat performing Dirty Dancing on Friday, September 19th. Go to caveat.nyc for info. And on Saturday, October 4th, we'll be at the Yellow Springs Film Festival in Southwest Ohio, performing highlights from our Matrix season with Michael Ian Black from The State, actor Rich Carrillo, and comedian Leyla Ingalls. Go to ysfilmfest.com for more info, and we'll put that link in the show notes. And speaking of Leyla Ingalls, she's joining me here on the show right now. Hi, Leyla.
Hello. Hi. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being a part of the Novelizers. Tell me about yourself and your comedy. Not to put you on the spot or anything.
Okay. I'm born and raised in Dayton, Ohio. I'm still fairly new to stand-up comedy. You know, I'm approaching year 3, so I'm still learning everything. But it's been the most fun I've ever had. I've had a lot of great things happen in such a short amount of time, so I'm still trying to catch up to everything. But I've actually never been out to New York for stand-up yet, and I was planning on being out there all of November.
Man, you should see the Novelizers live.
I would love to. I'll come to whatever events you have in November.
So for people in Southwest Ohio, what are your favorite venues? What are the places to see stand up around here?
Oh my gosh. Well, we did have Wiley's Comedy Club, which was the oldest comedy club in Ohio, but it just a couple months ago closed down, and Dave Chappelle, he bought the building. So now it's under construction and he's making it his club. So that's not functioning yet. So in the meantime, all the comics that would perform at Wiley's regularly are now at a little comedy club called Bricky's Comedy Club, and that is owned and run by a comic, Kevin Rupert, and he's awesome. And so that's been a lot of fun because it's always the best when a comedy club is run by a comic.
Where is Bricky's?
It is in Miamisburg.
Okay.
So it's like 15 minutes outside of downtown.
I am too much of a loser to ever see live comedy anymore. But I heard that the secret shows around here are the like.
Yes, I do love those because they tend to be in small rooms, and so then the people are like right there. There's no stage. You're just standing on the floor with a microphone. And I love that because I'm very awkward on stage, and I'm not animated. You know, some people really move around. I'm pretty stagnant, and so when it's an intimate room, I feel like I can get weirder, and they pay attention to my facial expressions. So small rooms work the best for me.
Well, thank you for joining the Novelizers. We're super excited to have you at the Yellow Springs event. It's going to be really fun. You're great. Michael Ian Black is amazing. We're glad to drag him to Southwest Ohio for this.
Yeah, I'm so excited for all these New York people to be in Ohio.
It'll be a fun event. Cool. Well, we will see you there. And now here's the Novelizers live at Caveat.
Support comes from the Episcopal Church of the Redeemer and the Hyde Park Church Collective, hosting Dan McClellan, biblical scholar and author, to discuss his book, The Bible Says So, What We Got Right and Wrong About Scripture's Most Controversial Issues and How to Read the Bible Faithfully in a Modern Context. Wednesday, September 17th at 6:30 p.m. Learn more at redeemer-cincy.org.
Support for Cincinnati Public Radio comes from Metro Bus Service, offering a means to connect Hamilton County residents with reliable transportation to and from work and to many leisure activities throughout the Cincinnati area. For more information, visit go-metro.com. Metro, your way to go.
If you're making plans to simplify your surroundings this summer, a great place to start is to donate that vehicle you don't use anymore. It's easy, pickup is free, and we turn the proceeds into great radio. Learn more at wvxu.org, and you could even get a tax deduction in the process.
Everyone, welcome to the Novelizers this evening! Put your hands together for your host, Dave Hill!
Hi, how are you? I'm incredible, thank you. Stop it, come on. No, come on, stop it. Thank you. All right, how am I doing on time? Thank you. No, thank you for coming. I know some of you may be wondering, the Novelizer. What is the Novelizer? It's created by Stephen Levinson and Dennis DeClaudio. They walk among us here. They're here tonight. I don't know where. But Stephen wrote up some notes for me to explain what we're doing in this basement together. And he could have read this stuff, but I'm mostly up here for the pictures and stuff. But what is the Novelizers? Stephen writes, everyone knows the book is always better than the movie, but what about movies that weren't based on books? What if we reverse engineered those movies into books? Thank you. Stop it. And so, the Novelizers is also a podcast hosted by me sometimes. And thank you. No, come on. Don't clap for me. Clap for yourselves. We can't do this. And every week on the podcast, we take the best movies that weren't based on books and get America's best comedy writers to turn them into soon-to-be classic literature. Then, because reading is Stephen's words, not mine. Then, because reading is for nerds, we get your favorite celebrities to narrate them. Tonight, and this is, Stephen, this is season 2 or 3? 4. It feels so fresh. That's why I got confused. Tonight we're presenting selections for season 4. God, where does the time go? Tonight we're presenting selections from one of the best movies not based on books ever made, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Some Khan heads are here tonight. The film is set in outer space. Thank you. It's made or released in 1982, and was directed by Nicholas Meyer, one of the greats. And you don't just get hired for that without not knowing, what you're doing. It starred Ricardo Montalban. Yeah, no. What's that? I'm just going to keep going. He plays Khan, the evil Khan, plus William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, and Kirstie Alley in the role of a lifetime. It's the year 2285, which was when this movie was made. Still felt very futuristic and far away. And by some crazy turn of events, humanity somehow hasn't wiped itself out. Our friend's Captain Kirk, who's now an admirable for sure, but an admiral is what he is in terms of rank, and Mr. Spock, who's now a captain. They're training new Lieutenant Kirstie. It says Stephen writes uptight new Lieutenant Kirstie Alley. In a simpler time, with the unwinnable Kobayashi Maru test. Afterwards, Dr. McCoy notices that Kirk... Oh, Dr. McCoy is grumpy, it says here. Kirk is also grumpy, and then cheers him up with a birthday present. Our first chapter is told from the perspective of Dr. Who played Doc? Does anyone know who played Dr. McCoy? I mean, I know. I just want to hear it from you. Yeah, I know. And what? I'm not an idiot. Who else did DeForest Kelley play in other stuff? Ironsides. Any other things?
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
You can't just move one notch over, you fucking asshole. No, he was in something else, though, right? I mean, probably. What? Night of the... Now you're just making stuff. Let's just keep going. What? Silent service? So a bunch of stuff. Okay. Anyway, and novelized by Josh Lieb, who has been a writer and producer for The Daily Show, News Radio, and more, and will be narrated by Mr. H. Jon Benjamin, who you no doubt know from Dr. Katz, Archer, Bob's Burgers, and his hit album, Jazz Daredevil. Please put your hands together for Jon Benjamin. Novelize us.
Thank you. Chapter 2, Dr. McCoy, by Josh Lieb. These are men. Kirk is a man. Sulu's a man. Even that goddamn pointy-eared freak is a man. They don't make mistakes. They don't beg for mercy. They don't ask for help. You have to be unyielding, like bones. Kirk opens the door to his solo pod and acts like he's surprised to see me. Why, bless me, Doctor. Can the vaudeville. I sneer as I fight the urge to bend down and weep on the hem of his command pants. I shove the packages into his hands. Happy birthday. Kirk unwraps the bottle first. Thank Nebulon. His eyebrows arch. Wiebelfetzer sweat, he says. That's illegal in this quadrant. When did you grow a uterus? I rasp as I reach, not too greedily, Bones, for the jug and pour us each a slug. Kirk looks at his leerily. He says, you know, you have to drown the Wiebelfetzer in his own mother's milk as the mother watches to extract the sweat. I leave exobiology to the pointy-eared freaks. I down the shot and smack my lips. Damn, that Vive goes down smooth. Like the ad says, you can taste the fear. I reach for the bottle and pour myself another slug. The Vibe always helps. I put the glass to my lips, but pause when I notice Kirk is watching me, testing me. He's always testing me. I stare back at him as frankly and as blankly as I can muster. Admiral James T. Kirk, last of the Rocket Boys. I want to tell him that he's fat. That his hair looks ridiculous. I want to tell him he's my hero. I don't say a goddamn word. I slug down the Vibe and tap the smaller box. This might be more to your liking. Jim's eyebrows stay arched when he opens it. I've seen these before. They're antique. They're called, pornography. Reading glasses, I correct. Glorifying in the moment. They're tough to find with the lenses still intact. Good old-fashioned 20th century know-how. Most men your age get a Glabulax injection to deal with short-sightedness. I'm allergic to Glabulax, he says, in exactly the tone I'd imagined. Like offhanded, like it meant nothing to him to admit this allergy, this weakness. Oh, but I know how much it must pain him. I managed to keep my poker face, but deep inside me, my intestines writhe into a twisted smile. Kirk claps me on the shoulder. Thanks, Bones. Then a cloud passes over his noble brow and he crosses to the living room suite. I grab a seat next to him and put my best doctor voice. What ails the Admiral? Kirk doesn't answer me, not exactly. He stares out the window at New Frisco and wheezes tunelessly under his breath. I grow old. I grow old. I shall wear the bottoms of my trousers rolled. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I snap before I can stop myself. Is this he making fun of me? Am I so small to him that he can converse with me in riddles? He turns to me, the eyebrow arches back. Just a little more 20th century know-how, Bones. A poet who is facing much the same situation I am today. I never cared much for that long-haired cack. He puts down his glass of Vib. He still hasn't tasted it, and he looks at me wryly. What do you care for, Bones? That smug son of a bitch. Is he trying to make me cry? Is he trying to make me care? I don't cry and I don't care. You have to be hard. You have to be merciless. You have to be raw. Oh, but he's got that superior look, that godlike look boring into my soul. I've seen that look before. They'll make a man of you here, says the old man at the gates of the academy. They'll make a man of you, or don't bother coming home. I did my best. I wash my hands. Your Starfleet's problem now, nerves. Bones! Says Kirk. Bones! Are you all right? Of course I'm all right, I bark. I'm always all right. Then I notice the blood dripping down my fingers, the shards poking through my palm, where I'd squeezed the glass of Vib a little too hard. I staunch the bleeding with a napkin as I pull out the fragments. Damn, glass must have slipped, I mutter lamely. Are you in pain? Ask Kirk. I don't feel anything. He hasn't taken his eyes off me. This isn't how it's supposed to go. He was supposed to be impressed that I've gotten the Vib. He was supposed to admit his weakness, his fragility. When I gave him the spectacles, he was supposed to look at me for advice because I am hard and I am merciless. Now he's going to laugh at me with the other men, Scotty and Chekhov and Uhuru and the pointy-eared freak. God damn him. Old Bones is losing his bottle, they'll smirk. Old Bones is going soft. But he's not smirking now. He's feigning concern. I'm worried about you, Bones. He's worried about me? It wasn't supposed to go this way at all. I finish mending my hand and shoot a Mirai grin. There's nothing wrong with me that a good long shore leave wouldn't fix. Sorry about that. His frown deepens. Bones, you're on shore leave. Stop trying to change the subject. I have to take control. I have to steer this back. He needs to be molded, sent, propelled. I need to be trapped with this man in a ship in the vacuum of space without the infinite distractions of the civilian world, where we can do our jobs and wear our uniforms and make our wry comments, where we can be bonded in bloodlust against Klingons and Daleks and the Rebel Alliance. Did I say it wrong? Where we can be men, damn it, and go back to our berths and bolt the airlock and cry ourselves to sleep at night. I lash out wildly, hoping to hit upon the right formula. Admiral, I intone, heal thyself! Proving I grok a little of that long-haired cack myself. His brow wrinkles, he's confused. Is it working? What's that supposed to mean? It means your concern for me is clearly projection, a sick perversion of your own fear of your own mortality. He sinks back into his chair like a wounded ape. My Ford, he's so wrapped up in his self-imposed torture that he's actually buying it. His weakness is showing. It pokes through raw and pink and wet, like mange on a tribble's anus. And what would you prescribe for this condition, doctor? This is what I've been waiting for. This is my moment. Get back your command, I tell him. Get out there and do and act before you really do grow old. He thinks, and he stares out the window again. I know I've gotten through to him. It doesn't feel as good as I thought it would.
Jon Benjamin, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. What word did I get wrong?
That was great. Have you seen?
What word did I get wrong? Dalek?
Nailed it.
Oh, really? Oh. Oh, so I just got a laugh. Oh, I thought it was a laugh of like derision. Like, what an idiot. He said that wrong.
What was the word?
Dalek.
Dalek, yeah.
I don't know what a Dalek is. Is it like a dialect? No, it's...
Doctor Who.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh, wow. It was a crossover. Damn that Josh Lieb. He knows what he's doing.
Have you seen Wrath of Khan?
Excuse me?
Me neither. No.
That's like a personal question.
I know. I was going to ask the audience if they'd seen it.
Oh, no.
Has everyone seen it? No.
You would suspect everybody has seen it, right? Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, maybe one or two. Has anyone not seen it? Oh.
Nothing to be proud of.
Yeah. So you guys must be like, I got to get out of here.
It's going to be a long night.
Yeah, this is all Wrath of Khan tonight. You three are fucked.
How is that chapter in relation to the actual movie, would you say?
None?
The one...
I saw the movie when it came out, so all I remember is Ricardo Montalban's chest. That's the main memory.
That's a good takeaway
of that. And since then I have had an obsession with chests like that.
What? But that's him in his prime. When that movie came out.
That's him in like I think a chest. Like they were fake. Maybe. You think they were real?
It's real.
How do you know?
Who?
He did an interview. It's real.
Don't give this guy any more attention.
It's his birthday.
What a gift. What a gift to be able to cry out, that's a lie, on your birthday. That's a lie! And said with like the most important thing ever to him.
Yeah, at 7:30. It's not even 8 o'clock yet.
Yeah.
Disgusts me.
Like the wrong tone for what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, our next guest is made.
Okay. You're like, I'm out of here.
No. But you'll come back.
Well, I'm not going to stand here because that would just interrupt the space for the next guest.
His whole thing.
Yeah, you're in big trouble, sir. I'll talk to you after.
Well, yeah, you'll be out here in a little bit. Jon Benjamin, he'll be back here. Jon Benjamin, everybody. I'm supposed to bridge the sections. I'm Dave. I was out here earlier. Thank you. Stop it. Come on. Okay, now after Kirk's super depressing birthday party, another Starfleet ship, the Reliant, lands on the wrong planet. Now, this is... what's the movie, the first one where the V'ger is in? I'm looking...
Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Yeah, I know, I'm not an idiot. But no, I remember seeing the whole movie. They're like, what could it possibly mean? And then there's like, oh, it's just a few letters missing. It's been Voyager this whole time. This are my memories of it when I saw it in the theaters at the age of 36. The Reliant lands on the wrong planet, accidentally running into Kirk's arch nemesis Khan! Khan and his evil hench people capture the landing party and puts a weird mind control worm in Chekhov's ear and takes over the ship. He's after the Genesis device, a powerful technology that has the ability to create or destroy life on a planet, and he wants to get revenge on Kirk. Now in control of the Reliant, Khan and his gang attack the Enterprise. This chapter was novelized by Stephen Levinson, co-creator of the Novelizers. It says here, Stephen Levinson, comma, a real piece of shit. He wrote this himself. Come on. No negative self-talk. And this is narrated. Our guest reading this just minutes before this show started texted me and said, damn, I thought the show was tomorrow. Just realized, should I try to get there? And I said, yeah. And he did. And he walks among us also. He's known Canadian Dave Foley. You know, from The Kids in the Hall, Brain Candy, News Radio, Fargo, and so much more. Dave Foley, novelize us.
Hello. All right. Yeah, and not only did I find out at 5 to 7 that tonight was the show, I live in Inwood, which the general response to that is, where? So that's how far away I was from being here on time. So let me do this. All right. Wow, I think am I shorter than John? I am. This is also disappointing. And put this over here. All right. Are you ready? Great. I'll catch up in 20 minutes. Let's see here. I gotta get to where I can read this. There we go. I think that's part of the... There, it's in the light now. Okay. How's that? How do I look? I don't normally dress like this for just regular folk. This is my helping my daughter record voice demos wardrobe. So here we go. Chapter 9, Yellow Alert, by Stephen Levinson, in which the foes are united and our heroes presented with the most terrible choice. Hello? Anyone home? Shatner called out over the comm. Earth to Reliant! Come in, Reliant! Once again, the Admiral's hails were met with silence. It was as if the Reliant's captain was ghosting him. But not like a ghost that rattles chains or howls or in the night or shouts boo or makes its presence known in any imaginable way, but rather a ghost that is completely invisible and noiseless. In fact, less like a ghost, more like a regular-ass dead person whose consciousness, whose mental activity, whose years of decades of lived experiences, whose loves and losses and pains and victories flicker in less than a moment into utter nothingness, total oblivion, and are no more. Like yours will, dear reader, inevitably. Shatner turns towards Uhura. Are you certain we're transmitting? Let me see. Uhura answered thoughtfully. For the past 30 years of my career, my sole responsibility has been sitting in this chair and pushing the button marked transmit. But great idea. I'll check to see if I forgot to push it this one time. Then, without ever breaking eye contact with Shatner, she continued. I'm not sure why Shatner gets called Shatner and not Captain Kirk, but I didn't have time to proofread. Stephen. But then, without breaking eye contact with Shatner, she continued, "Yep, we're transmitting." "Asshole," she added. With screaming klaxons and flashing lights, yellow alerts did little to focus the crew during an emergency. Quite the contrary. But they were very effective at changing the subject after your comms officer subjected you to a sick burn in front of all your buddies. "Yellow alert!" ordered Shatner. The lights dimmed unhelpfully as the bridge was bathed in an ominous red glow and alarms blared. "Incoming message from the Reliant," Uhura shouted over the din. "They say their chamber coil is shorting in their comm system." "Well, that would explain everything." "Cancel yellow alert," demanded Shatner. "It would not," Spock replied coolly as the lights returned to normal. "Chamber coils are not a thing that spaceships have." "It pains me to agree with this inhuman green-blooded freak, but god damn it, Bill." "Bill, even I know." "Chamber coils aren't a thing," agreed the lovable McCoy. "Yellow alert," ordered the Admiral. He cast a glance at his bridge officers. Every day that they didn't mutiny was frankly a shock to him. To a man, they were more qualified to lead, even McCoy. And yet day after day, they dutifully showed up to obey Kirk's orders. Then passively aggressive. They're passive. Look, let's just stop. I think we all made a good effort. They were more qualified to lead, even McCoy, and yet day after day they dutifully showed up to obey Kirk's orders. Their passivity disgusted him. A round of applause for me. Yeah. Now that you hear what the hurdle was, you realize how horrible the rest of this is going to go. Why didn't they transfer to another starship or even a desk job, for God's sake? What were they waiting for? The moment their captain would finally fuck up and they'd have a crack at the big seat, at the big swivel chair? Because he did fuck up constantly, twice a day minimum. He'd violate the Prime Directive by screwing some alien ambassador on the cusp of some breakthrough treaty signing, or order the ship's computer to self-destruct for the flimsiest of pretenses. He'd personally lead deadly away missions anytime he felt like some fresh air. He'd strip off his shirt and fight virtually anything or anyone. If Starfleet had an HR department, he'd never have made it past ensign. Maybe that's what the Reliant was up to. Maybe Chekhov, the one that finally extricated himself from Shatner's insufferable rule, had returned to liberate his comrades. Back on the Reliance bridge, Khan sat back, luxuriating in the rich Corinthian leather of his captain's chair, while basking in the muddled sounds of chaos emanating from the Enterprise's still open comm channel. "Their shields are still down," said Joaquim. Okay. "Their shields are still down," said Joaquim, who was spending the summer as Khan's intern for college credit. "Joaquim, I would like you to annihilate their engine room using our space cannons," Khan directed. "Aye, Captain." Joaquim raised an open palm to slam on the launch activator. Patience." Khan thrust a finger in the air, momentarily halting the launch. "I have been waiting for this day for so long, for a long, long time. I am determined to enjoy every last moment, caressing it, savoring it like a fine French orgasm." Khan always talked like that. Always. "So, should I fire on the Enterprise or, asked Joaquim. Khan shook his head with utter contempt, as if the very question made him weary. How do I put this in a way you'll understand, my eager young pupil? You're trying too hard. Wait, you're the one who has spent every waking moment of the last decade plotting to destroy Kirk? Perhaps. But observe my posture. Listen to my voice. I may want James T. Kirk dead, but I'm not being all weird about it. In our line of work, the term is sweaty. If you can destroy a ship in a way that's not sweaty. Well, now I'm feeling really self-conscious about it. I mean, how do you push a button in a not weird way? Rather than respond, Khan simply reached down and pressed the rocket launcher himself, nonchalantly, as if he was merely waving off the offer of a fine cognac. And fuck it if that son of a bitch didn't look like super suave doing it. The rest of the bridge crew broke into spontaneous applause while Khan took the slightest hint of a bow, then directed his attention to the view screen to enjoy the destruction. A hail of explosive missiles slammed into the unprotected underbelly of the Enterprise's engine room. Bits of metal, valuable electronic components, and 2 totally innocent kittens were sucked into a deadly vacuum of space. A noxious green gas burst from the exposed ductwork, flooding the chamber. It was a total shit show. Just like the Kobayashi Maru, except this time, it was absolutely real. And Shatner couldn't just cheat his way out as per usual. The Admiral jolted into his chair. What the? He screamed. Why would another Starfleet ship be firing on us? It must be their damn chamber coil acting up again. Still not a thing, said Spock. More likely the Reliant has been seized by a hostile force. Your orders, Admiral. Evasive action, Sulu, Shatner commanded. Any particular evasive action you'd like me to use? Asked Sulu, or should I just wing it as usual? You have your orders. 5 decks below, disoriented engineers ran across the room, bouncing off the walls, the ceiling, each other, in a mad attempt to save themselves from a cold, quick death. Keeping outer space on the outside was a primary task of any starship. But on this count, the Enterprise was failing miserably. And no one knew this better than her chief engineer. Scotty scampered hither and yon, frantically calling out life-saving orders in his unintelligible Scottish brogue. An oxygen mask has automatically lowered from the bulkhead. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask toward you, laddies. Place it firmly over your, I don't do accents, nose and mouth. Well, I do them, it's just hard to tell what they are. Secure the elastic band behind your head and breathe normally. Shields up, in fact. Does anyone know why we don't just always keep the shields up all the time? Asked Shatner, inadvertently doing a 23rd century version of the old, why don't we just make the whole airplane out of that black box stuff routine? They somehow know exactly where to hit us, said Spock, speculatively from the bridge. The odds of that happening by chance are less than 1 in 100. You cold-blooded alien monster, shouted McCoy. These are human lives we're talking about, lives of your fellow crew members, tragically cut short. And yet, it's nothing more than a game to you, isn't it, you horrific, unfeeling zombie? McCoy paused after glancing at his fellow bridge officers. Too much? Sulu held his thumb and his forefinger aloft, a mere inch apart while wincing. The universal sign for little bit. As I was saying, Spock continued, phasers are depleted, shields are fried, life support is trashed, and the warp core is warp no more. In retrospect, it was probably a mistake to store all of our essential systems right next to the engine. No sooner had Spock uttered these words than the ship's bridge was struck by yet another round of missile fire. Sparks flew, a control panel burst into flame, and a fog machine suddenly rented from Enterprise's upcoming... Hold on. I should have mentioned the dyslexia at the top. Because then you'd be impressed by how well I'm really doing. Thank you. Thank you. On behalf of the neurodivergent everywhere, we thank you. I didn't mean to make this a rally. All right. No sooner had Spock uttered these words than the bridge was struck by yet another round of missile fire. Sparks flew. A control panel burst into flame. A fog machine rented for the Enterprise's upcoming Dance Among the Stars prom ruptured, filling the room with thick romantic smoke. It was quickly becoming clear to Kirk, oh my God, he's Kirk all of a sudden, that this was the least successful mission the Enterprise had ever encountered. Worse than the time they stumbled upon an alternate dimension where everyone was exactly like them except giant assholes. Worse than the adventure in which the ship was filled with tons of adorable, fluffy creatures, and the crew had to love them all. Even worse than the episode where Spock got dangerously horny, and the entire team had to go gang up to get him laid. Admiral, message coming in from the Reliant, Uhura said. Shatner again. That's a little editorializing, but Shatner lifted a water bottle from his console, unscrewed the cap, and emptied its refreshing contents into his waiting mouth, swishing the cold liquid back and forth inside his closely shaved cheeks. Uhura continued, they're asking us to surrender. At first, the water shot out of Shatner's mouth like an Icelandic geyser. Slowly, over the course of several seconds, the torrent evolved into a fine mist before eventually petering out into a delicate waterfall. It covered everything in its path, shorting out several of the electronic consoles that had somehow avoided being damaged in the previous laser volley, and completely soaking the hapless Sulu. Womp, womp. Surrender, gurgled Shatner, as a bit more water dribbled out and onto his shoe. We have visual contact with the Reliant. Shall I put it through? Please don't, begged Sulu, toweling off his face with a rag he kept handy for just such occasions. On screen, barked the Admiral. As the picture resolved on the monitor, Shatner rubbed his eyes in disbelief. The man staring back at him, occupying the... I feel very vulnerable now. But I'm going to try again. The man staring back at him, occupying the captain's chair on the Reliant, was wearing some sort of strange half cardigan, half scarf, mouse brown in color, rope-like in design, which simultaneously violated every law of fashion, taste, and physics in its ability to remain affixed to his torso while somehow also revealing every square millimeter of his chest hair. It was obvious that his superhuman genetically enhanced man nipples had remained supple and unblemished despite years of exposure to harsh sunlight of Ceti Alpha 5. Khan's head was covered in a blonde, gray, bouffant mullet hybrid that he made popular throughout Sector 25712 of the Alpha Quadrant. Copper bangles, leather necklaces, and iron chains adorned the man's wrists, torso, and neck. And Kirk could only assume genitalia. Dad? What? Asked Khan, momentarily ruffled. No, it's me. It's Khan, your arch nemesis. You left me defeated and condemned to rot in a penal colony. You don't recognize me? It's probably my new look, right? Do Do you like it? No, Shatner lied. Why have you fired on my vessel? Let's see. Maybe because you left me defeated and condemned to rot in a penal colony? Ron, if it's me you want, why destroy my entire ship? Let these innocent people go. Just kill me. Well, and Sulu. I offer you a counter proposal, responded Khan. I'll let them go if you give me the secret of Genesis. Well, most biblical scholars agree that there are 3 distinct authors. Please, do not insult my intelligence. That's my tailor's job. Khan spat. Let's start again, shall we? I want all the information you have about the Genesis project. My finger is now seductively circling the button to my ship's laser gun. I would like nothing more than to fire. What is your answer? Shatner cleared his throat. He and Khan were engaged in a high-stakes game of 3-dimensional chess. Not like the common expression 3-dimensional chess people use on Twitter, throw around when speculating about Trump. In Star Trek, 3D chess is an actual game. Because in the future, I guess regular chess is just too vanilla. Google it. I accept your offer, but the Genesis file is on a pen drive in my pocket of my other pants. I need more time to find it. At least a minute. Khan grinned and hit the record button on his view screen so he could capture the moment for the annals of history. Plus, he was going to post it on his TikTok account using that filter that would make it look like Kirk was sobbing. I give you 30 seconds, Admiral. That's the end of my chapter. Thank you.
Dave Foley, everybody. Dave.
What do I do?
Dave.
What do I do now?
Oh.
The fact that that is trademarked by Dave Hill undermines its sincerity.
And now, what's your favorite Star Trek movie, Dave?
My favorite Star Trek movie? Well, all right. Here's I'm gonna say Star Trek 4, where they go get the whale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So it's a
You're not alone.
It's a lighthearted romp and a good sci-fi story. And it's hilarious when Scotty tries to use a mouse.
Now you're a big sci-fi fan.
I am. I'm a big sci-fi fan.
And a UFO enthusiast.
I am a UFO. You could say enthusiast. I think now I actually graduated to experiencer.
Really?
Oh yeah, I saw one. Yeah,
I'm listening.
Yeah, it's true. You get
what?
If you just talk about it long enough, they show up. Seems to be the rule.
Where did you? I don't know if you told me this.
I can't tell you specifically. It was with my friend Jeremy Corbell, who's a UFO
you didn't
researcher.
Tell me about this.
And it was out. I was out by his place walking his dog in a country road down in Orange Grove, and I said, "Gee, this would be a great night to see something." And 30 seconds later, he said, "Dave, turn around." And we saw that he'd seen a UFO come down at a 45-degree angle, and then it leveled out and it started circling the valley we were in. And it just circled the whole valley until it got right in front of us, hung in front of us for like a minute, and then went away.
Dave Foley,
there
everybody. No.
So UFOs are real.
Well, we have to talk more about that.
Okay, now what do I do?
No, we're gonna have you back out here. We're gonna get back into this.
All
do
right,
it more of a deep dive.
I was giving false info.
But
I was just going to stay forever.
You can stay if you like.
No, you already said I could leave. I'm going to go off and come
No,
back.
you can't leave for good.
'cause-
Just go.
No, I'm going to get off so somebody else can work. Okay.
Dave Foley, everybody. There's Dave Foley. All right.
All right, one other question. Is Josh Lieb here? Josh Lieb? Oh, thank God.
We'll be right back after this. And we're back. Here's more Novelizers live from Caveat.
Now I'm going to bridge the for the 3 people who haven't seen the movie. 4. No, I've seen it. Khan and Kirk do some more space battling, and Khan uses the Genesis device and almost destroys the Enterprise and its crew. They're almost done for, but Spock saves the day by entering the radiation chamber to fix the ship, sacrificing his life. This next chapter was novelized by Jordan Black, who was written for Saturday Night Live and appeared on Key and Peele, How I Met Your Mother, and Community, and is narrated by Chris Redd, a comedian and writer from Saturday Night Live, of course, and host of Resurrected Rides on Netflix. Chris Redd, novelize us.
What's up? Chapter 19, My Motherfucker is Dead, by Jordan Black. And yes, he is. The way Uhuru was screaming over the casket, you would have thought Spock owed her money, but Kirk knew he had to remain strong for his crew. As he took in the scene, it occurred to him that there was a bright side to burying your best friend. It sure in the hell beat him burying you. This made Kirk giggle, but just in the inside. Now's not the time for levity. It was the time for words. Kirk looked around the room and said this in this exact tone, and this man/alien was not only a great friend/alien, he was also my colleague/alien, my right hand/alien for many years now. And as I look around at all of you, I can't help but think how I'd rather have lost a lot of you than to have lost my hero/alien, Mr. Spock. As this landed on his crew, Kirk realized it was unfair for him to attack the whole group, and instead, he should attack them individually. He turned to Bones. Bones! You should have been in this casket. You should have been hit. You and your smug, know-it-all dickishness, and the fact that it's not proves to me there's no God. And, Uhuru, am I even saying it right? Calm all the way the fuck down. The only reason you're this upset is because Spock has been trying to hit that for forever, and you acted like you had the last drop of Romulan ale between your legs, and you were saving it for Jesus. I've never read so many things I didn't understand. Truth is, Spock probably died from blue balls. And newsflash, Jesus don't want it. Kirk was loud. Kirk went down the line one by one and ripped everyone a new asshole. Kirstie Alley, Jim, the Scottish guy, the other guy, the Asian guy. Wait, can I say Asian? I didn't say black for Uhuru, and I definitely didn't say white for the shit ton of honkies in this movie. I love that Jordan uses the word honky still. You know what? I'm not going to figure this out tonight, so let's just go with Asian guy. Anyway, they all just nodded along because they knew he spoke the truth. All they didn't want to defend themselves and run the risk of losing their jobs. Finally, after the last new asshole had been ripped, Kirk turns to the casket and asks, who's paying for this because it's not coming out of the Enterprise's budget? Later that evening, just as a depressed Kirk was preparing to get fucked up on a secret stash of heroin he'd been saving for whenever he decided that sobriety just wasn't for him anymore, his long-lost son stops by. At first, Kirk couldn't make it out at all what this dumb kid wanted because all he could think about was the heroin burning a hole in his pocket. But then he realized the kid was trying to connect with the absent father he'd never known. The kid, Kirk could never remember his name, told him... I read this before I got out here. But it's so much funnier with laughs. Told him how proud he was to be his son. At that moment, it dawned on Kirk how lucky he was that a man can completely shirk his parenting responsibilities. But if he shows up 20 years later and buys his kid a beer, people will pat him on the back and tell him what a good father he is. Whereas if a mother takes a weekend away from her kids to hang out with a new boyfriend, she's a monster who should be burned at the stake. It was at that moment that Kirk, for the first time, truly appreciated being a man. As he smiled, he realized the kid thought he was smiling at him. So Kirk set him straight and told him he wasn't. Kirk prided himself on his honesty. As our superheroes hyperspeed away from what has simply been the greatest story ever told, Kirk sets off for his next adventure. Captain's log, star date 2000. Party's over without of time. Hell yeah. As I read that out loud, I felt like I just broke down. Starship Enterprise setting out for its next adventure. I know the narrator already stated this, but I'm the star of this movie, so I always take the best lines for myself, and I'm not going to change now. Bottom line is, wherever we go next is going to be the shit because we went there. If we didn't go somewhere, it's because they ain't really about nothing anyway. It reminds me of something an old friend / alien once said to me. I'm talking about Spock, if that wasn't clear. If it burns when you pee, you should see someone about that. Not sure why it reminds me of that. It's funny, I haven't thought of that for years, and it's been burning when I pee for as long as I can remember. I guess now when it burns, I'll think of Spock. And in that way, he's never truly gone. And finally, as the planets hurl through space, or space hurls around the planets, there's no way to know which is which. There's only one place left to go: space, the final frontier. These are the continuing voyages of the Starship Enterprise, their ongoing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out... anyway, you get it. The point is, Kirk's a junkie and he won't let anybody help him. Amen. Goodbye.
Chris Redd, everybody.
Hey.
Nice work. That was who wrote that one?
Jordan Black wrote that one, man. Big
That was-
fan of that guy. He's very, very funny.
That took
dude.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
I've never seen Star Trek from this lens. Yeah, I'd have watched a lot more of them if I knew they had junkies on the ship.
Are you a Trekkie? Is that?
I'm not a Trekkie.
No.
I'm not a Trekkie, but I do like the movies. I just don't keep up enough to be in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all get into deep details, I'm like, I smoke too much for that. You know? But I do like them though.
Wait, are they not no longer? Is it not Trekkie if it's the movie? Well, I don't know why I'm looking to you for everything. Either.
Because it's his beard. He got wisdom.
I know he seems like he would know. Wait.
Trekker, take a pick.
Well,
Trekkie
why did
or
you?
Trekkie?
When I said Trekkie, you were like, nah, not really. But now you're like, well, it's either that or Trekker. Yes, you fucking asshole. No, it's just I'm sorry. I don't know why I lashed out at you. Anyway,
He'll beat your ass. This is not the crowd for that. Yeah, I don't laugh at physical violence.
That's not over. We're gonna bring you back out a little bit.
Okay.
Chris Redd, everybody.
Thank you, y'all.
Thank you so much. If you've ever watched The Wrath of Khan, you know it ends there, but not for the novelizers. Thank you. Stop it. Anyway, what happened after the credits? Stephen asked me. Stephen Levinson mentioned earlier. I'm Dave. I was out here before, and Stephen was kind enough to ask me to write an epilogue for The Wrath of Khan. So I wrote it, and I'm novelized by me, and now narrated by me. Here we go. Epilogue by me, Dave Hill. Thank you. No, come on, we don't have time for this. All right. Get it out of your systems. Okay. It was a seriously long time after the end of the movie. Several weeks, if not months, in fact, and Captain Kirk was still totally exhausted from Khan's wrath, the thing with the eels, and honestly just all of Khan's bullshit in general. In short, Kirk had basically had it. So in an effort to recharge and get ready for whatever crazy space shit was undoubtedly in store for him next, he decided to book himself a 2-week getaway at an all-inclusive resort in Cancun, a seaside town on the Genesis planet that was eerily reminiscent of the other, arguably more popular Cancun, located in Mexico on planet Earth. So much, in fact, that they were both named Cancun. Same spelling and everything, which was nuts. What I could really use more than anything right now is a drink in my hand and my toes in the sand. Captain Kirk said as he stood out on the balcony of his hotel room, which unfortunately overlooked the parking lot and not the ocean. Even though the lady at the front desk had assured him like 9 times that he could totally see the ocean from his room. Was Kirk pissed about the thing with the balcony? Of course, but he wasn't going to let it ruin his good time. So, after pulling on some board shorts and slathering on so much sunscreen, he looked like he was about to swim the English Channel or something. Kirk headed downstairs to the lobby and out the front door of the hotel without saying a word to the lady at the front desk about that bullshit about not being able to see the ocean from his room, even though she was just sitting there playing Minesweeper or some other dumb game when he passed. It was a balmy 75 degrees out, and Kirk enjoyed the feeling of the sun on his face as he shuffled off in the direction of the beach. This is nice, he thought. It's Kirk time, baby. Kirk made it about 50 yards when he happened upon a crab shack on the side of the road. He was hungry but hesitant to stop at the crab shack. This is so dumb, I'm sorry. As his last experience... My girlfriend didn't get this next part. As his last experience at such an establishment had been an absolute disaster. So many insults and other rude behavior from the waitstaff, Kirk recalled. It was almost like they were doing it on purpose. You guys, my girlfriend didn't know what Joe's Crab... That was a Joe's Crab Shack illusion. Anyway. But then he decided to just forget the past and make a beeline for the nearest open stool at the bar. "What can I get you?" a bartender with a shaggy, wispy hairstyle that was eerily reminiscent of the one worn by Khan himself asked. "Anything but eels," Kirk said with a sigh. "What's that?" the bartender asked. "I said, anything but eels," Kirk replied. It was kind of an inside joke to myself mostly, I guess. Never mind. "Yeah, well, we only serve crabs here anyway," the bartender said. "And beer, and tangtinis, of course." "What's a tangtini?" Kirk asked. "It's a martini. Martini with tang in it. It's right there in the name," the bartender said, seemingly irritated. I'm sorry. Seemingly irritated having to explain this for the thousandth time to newcomers like Kirk. They drink them a lot in space. Is that right? Kirk replied warily. Well, give me one of those and some of your finest crabs. Coming right up, the bartender said before turning away and heading out back for a quick smoke. Hey, I had crabs once. Kirk yelled after him. I hope these aren't the same kind. So Kirk chuckled to himself after that, even though the bartender was long gone. You make your own fun, Kirk mumbled to himself. About 10 minutes later, the bartender returned with Kirk's Tangtini. Kirk regarded its bright orange hue momentarily before taking a cautious first sip. That'll do just fine, Kirk said to no one in particular as he set his glass down on the bar. Then he began scanning the area with a welcoming grin on his face in that way that people tend to do when they are all alone and just looking for a bit of conversation about literally anything but that fucking con. It was at this point that he saw two familiar figures shuffling along the boardwalk in his direction. It can't be, Kirk thought. Those guys are both totally dead. Captain Kirk, one of the men said after removing an ill-advised fedora. It was Spock. Spock? Kirk said incredulously. Is that really you? It sure is, laughed the other man. And I believe you may remember me as well, if I'm not mistaken. Hello, Con, Kirk said before taking a big gulp from his Tangtini. I know what you're thinking, Kirk, Spock, sensing the awkwardness of the situation, began. I thought those guys were dead. Yeah, Kirk replied sardonically. That did cross my mind, among other things. And you're never going to guess what brought us back to life, Khan said. Okay, I give up, Kirk replied, quickly growing tired of the weirdness of the situation. What brought you back to life? Eels. Spock and Khan said in unison. Isn't that ironic? Spock said. I mean, after what happened, not as ironic as the fact that you two are maybe the last two guys I expected to see hanging out with each other, whether you're dead or alive, and here you are chumming it up like a couple of frat brothers on spring break or something, Kirk replied, clearly irritated at this point. Captain Kirk, Spock said, I'm beginning to think you're not happy to see me. Of course I am, damn it, Kirk said, slamming his fist down on the bar. But don't you think this is all a little weird? What's weird? Khan asked. That not only are you guys alive, but you're just hanging out like everything's all peachy keen or whatever, Kirk replied. It's weird. Well, after we got a second shot at life thanks to eels of all things, we figured life is too short to be all negative, Khan said. And as it turns out, your pal Spock here and I have a lot in common. So much in common, Spock laughed knowingly. It's actually kind of weird. Speaking of weird. It was at this point that the bartender wandered over, having been drawn in both by the trio's animated conversation and his sudden realization that we all die. Hey, the bartender said, smiling broadly at Khan. Deplane. What? Kirk asked. Deplane. The bartender said once more. You know, like the show. I literally have no idea what he's talking about, Khan said dismissively while looking away. So, Kirk, you're good mostly, or... Yeah, I'm fine, Kirk replied before taking another big sip of his Tangtini. Thanks for asking. What's that you're drinking? Khan asked. It's a Tangtini, Kirk answered. Very popular in space, apparently. Yeah, right. What the hell is that? Kirk asked suspiciously. Ginkgo biloba, Khan offered. Gilgo who? Kirk asked. Ginkgo biloba, Spock said. We take it every day. Oh, is that right? Kirk asked. Why? It's supposed to improve your memory, Khan replied. Here, try one, Spock offered, holding out the vial. No thanks, old friend, Kirk said. I don't understand, Spock said. Why not? Can't you see I'm trying to forget? Kirk replied before abruptly turning around in his seat to face the bar and hopefully send the message to Spock and Khan that he'd had just about enough of them for the time being. Well, it was nice to see you, Spock said awkwardly. I'd honestly thought you'd be happier to see me, but... Yeah, Kirk said without turning around. Maybe get in touch when you're not hanging out with your pal here. Spock and Khan took the hint and continued on their way. As soon as Spock and Khan were out of earshot, the bartender walked over to Kirk. Do you know who that was? The bartender asked eagerly. Of course I do, you fucking idiot. Kirk replied irritatedly. Now where are my fucking crabs? Sorry, dude, the bartender replied. I meant to tell you earlier, but we're out. This trip is a fucking disaster, Kirk said before knocking back what was left of his Tangtini, putting his sunglasses on, and shuffling back to the hotel. And by the way, asshole, literally no one drinks these in space. And I, of all people, would definitely know. Thank you. Can we get our fellows? Let's get the fellows out here, the novelizers. Jon Benjamin, Dave Foley, Chris Red. Oh,
Okay.
we did it.
Well,
Thank you.
not quite yet.
Wait, what?
Hell yeah.
Wait, what happened?
I just said not quite yet. We didn't quite do it yet, but
Oh, the
Or we would. Hello? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Or we wouldn't be stared at right now.
no, yeah,
yeah.
We'd be on our way to
We're
our
not
personal
done yet.
lives.
I feel
No,
like,
no.
I feel like we fucking did it.
we did it. Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I don't know where you think that kind of positivity is going to get you.
Yeah.
I mean, nowhere. You saw how
You're like-
you saw where the country's going, baby. My hope is going.
There's so much skepticism to the left and right of you right now. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I had two parents. I know what this feels like.
Yeah. We're proud of you.
Yeah.
And that's what they said.
There's nothing better than being raised by two mildly urbane old men.
Old white men.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
should we take some questions from the audience?
Oh,
do you think?
Yeah.
We only have just a few minutes left, or is that a
No,
horrible idea?
That's good.
I wouldn't mind hearing more UFO stories.
That takes hours.
that
That
too.
takes hours.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk.
Are there
these
any?
people.
Well, they're bringing the lights up.
Yeah. That's so they could ask questions and we could see their faces.
All I can see
That's
is
just so we'd leave.
the that's a lie guy. It's the only person I could see.
Yeah.
There's a question over
There, right there. Look.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, Mr. Benjamin,
Yeah.
if you could just yell "con" in your voice.
Yeah. No, that's not fair. Sure. Do you want to? Let's talk about it. You want just one loud one, or do you want like the typical?
We can do multiple takes, but it's up to
All right. God.
Nailed it.
Wait, my turn. Con. Con. Con!
That's not so much a question as a demand, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We said,
Con.
could you?
Oh, it was phrased, so yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. Do we have any other question? Any other words you would like Jon Benjamin to say? Wait, I believe it's that's a live birthday boy?
Is that the birthday boy? Oh, I have a gift for him.
A gift?
No, a gift.
Oh, with a T.
I looked up Ricardo Montalban shirtless, and I can read a couple things about it.
Please.
Because there's an entire Reddit, forum.
I would hope
about the chest.
Yeah.
In Wrath of Khan. So Gakwa says if you just Google Ricardo Montalban shirtless, you can find dozens of pictures of him, and it is very evident that it is his real physique. Dude has a... Don't get too carried away. Dude has a big chest and arms, and they accentuated that with his costume design and some oil.
I like that.
And then Julia FNS wrote, "It's real and it's spectacular."
I like that the first guy got to dozens. Like, he just kept going.
Yeah, there are dozens.
I don't know, 4 or 5 would have done it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you would tap out after it. I feel like you don't want to see that much chest.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, weird. No. Is there any other questions? That's it? Oh, we have. Oh my God!
Oh shit!
Oh my God!
We don't have time for all these questions. No.
What's everyone else's UFO encounters? We know Dave Foley.
Yeah.
Anyone else has had a UFO encounter?
I saw the Loch Ness, but but just the lake.
A lot of people refuse to believe that lake is real. So
I went and checked it out, and it is real.
I'm glad that you could stand up to the stigma.
Yeah. No, I was ushered out of there quickly. Because of my skepticism.
Nothing,
Do
Chris?
I got UFO? Nah, not really. Like, I remember when I was 10, we thought we saw a UFO, so we tried to shoot it with a firework. Because we were in Mississippi, so we were like, take that, alien, And then one of my cousins, being smart, he was like, it didn't get as high as the aliens are. And I was like, no one likes you, cuz. You know what I'm saying? You're not even in our family for real.
They've never returned to Mississippi.
No. I feel like if that was a sighting, they knew they made a mistake.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
don't come back. They
like
know.
the aliens themselves just lock their doors.
They know to go to New Mexico now. Yeah.
I'm like, keep driving. They still living off air, bitch.
Keep driving. Let's go.
What were we going to say, Dave?
I'm not in charge. It's your.
Oh, I know. I
hosting
thought
now.
you were going to.
No,
that was
I've
that
never
was a
seen
crazy moment because we all looked to you as a leader.
I know.
And you just had your hands up.
No, my chair is just weirdly far away, which gives me power for some reason.
Yeah,
I really have no authority in this situation.
You had no idea your role in this.
No idea. They just said show up at 6:15, and I was like, all right.
Right.
Or 7:15.
Or 7:15.
Or
tomorrow.
Is my mic really low, or am I just an egomaniac?
I think it's.
Is it low?
Loud?
It was at first, but I was there. But I am an egomaniac.
And how's my mic level, man?
Strong.
Yeah.
I think all of them seem pretty
if you were to marry one of our mic levels.
Yeah. If you had to take one out on a date, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which mic level would appeal to you more?
Who would you marry, fuck, or kill out of the three of us?
Yeah.
With the mics.
Just in terms of how
you gonna make me go
mixed.
watch Archer again, dog. Yo, he sound like Archer, but he don't go to work no more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, he just calls in like, yo, y'all still doing cases? You know what I'm saying? This is awesome. Huh?
Venture Brothers.
Oh, don't talk about other jobs, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the?
I feel like some of y'all taking my
I can't
aggressiveness.
get every show.
That's the lie guy again?
It's another joke.
Anyone else here? A living IMDb page?
or anyone else want to yell out their old jobs?
Yeah.
Yeah, firefighter.
McDonald's! Fry guy!
Let's see.
I think we can do one or two more questions. There's the guy with the hat.
So I like that each chapter had like a grieved crew member that Kirk antagonizes. In your opinion, who is the most long-suffering crew member of the Star Trek Enterprise?
Oh.
Wow. It would have to be.
Nurse Chapel was desperate to get. She really wanted to fuck Spock, right? So she wasn't abused so much as just neglected.
Yeah, and then Spock died, so you can't fuck now.
Yeah.
I mean, McCoy was had probably the lowest self-esteem, right? And had the biggest drinking problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. McCoy was definitely an angry drunk.
Yeah.
And obviously a racist as well.
What was he?
Well, yeah, he really hated Spock for being
non-human.
he
hated Spock. Yeah, that's true.
And y'all know more about this shit than I know about any of this.
Well, you know Spock.
I know Spock,
right.
And I know he's dead.
But then
and I know Kirk, and I know Kirk was roasting his crew, and that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. But here's some good news. Spock eventually comes back to life as Ethan Peck, who is totally fuckable. Yeah, watch the new Star Trek, everybody.
Oh yeah, I have not seen that.
You don't have to be gay to want to fuck Ethan Peck, but it speeds it up a little.
Is Spock like pansexual in the?
He's just super hot. He's just a very Gregory Peck's grandson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Like I can't come over to your houses and underline your TV guides in the 1970s. Just take my word for it.
Yeah, the man in the gray flannel suit.
Yeah.
Let's do one more, and then they're gonna kick us out. We have a
lot
question
of votes
over
on
here.
that one, yeah.
Hi. Which of the crew members do you think agreed to the statement that Earth is ghetto?
Wait,
Earth is ghetto.
Yeah, which of y'all think?
What was it?
Yeah. I also want to know that answer to that question. Earth is ghetto.
What was the question?
Yeah, say it again.
Which crew member? Yeah. Which crew member would most likely fit this phrase? Earth is ghetto.
Kirk for sure.
Would agree?
Or agree with that. Would agree with that sentiment. Who would be in harmony with the statement that Earth is ghetto? Anyone?
I think
Spock.
I think Spock too.
I think Spock probably
because he's got a lot
because he's
more.
an alien, so he'd be like, "Yo, that's ghetto as hell." You know?
Yeah.
Like I already think aliens think Earth is ghetto anyway. You know what
that's
I mean?
why
I don't think any alien was.
But is
here on
that? Are you
purpose.
saying it in terms of it like it's like a good thing or
No.
Oh, okay.
Because and
Like it's
ghetto ain't
ghetto.
never been a good thing.
No, I never suspected it was. But I thought that might be an expression.
Actually, I would love to see any one of your characters in the ghetto for sure. That would be a good thing.
But wouldn't he be? He's not sensitive, so he would say something. Like
he's not emotional.
Right, not emotional.
But
so
but everyone on Vulcan sounds like a Shakespearean actor from the 50s.
Yeah,
you're right.
They all have those voices.
Yeah.
A Shakespearean ghetto.
Even the newborn babies come out like that. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I say wow.
Mother, father.
Everyone. I've been born. Everyone, calm down.
Right.
It's the day of my birth. I'm 1 year old.
My child's first word was mother.
Mine was disdain.
They're giving this the wrap it up.
What? Who is?
Who is?
Yeah.
I'll fight him. No,
Yeah.
There's
an
they told
angry
me-
Montalban fan in the back who'll tell us when we're ready to stop.
He's standing by the
That,
exit.
sir, is
Yeah.
a lie.
Yeah. Just tell security they got to go through him.
Thank you guys for coming. Jon Benjamin,
Thank you, man.
Chris Red, Dave Foley. Thank you to Stephen Levinson and Dennis DeClaudio for creating this, and Marla Ratner for putting this together. I'm Dave Hill, and stick around for the meet and greet. No, there's no meet and greet.
Thanks for listening to The Novelizers live at Caveat. Back soon with The Dark Knight novelized. The Novelizers is hosted by Dave Hill with Stephen Levinson and produced by Stephen, Cole Emhoff, Graham Douglas, Kevin Carter, Christine Bullen, Dennis DeClaudio, and Rob Kuttner, and distributed by Cincinnati Public Radio. Mixed and edited by Graham Douglas, music by Cole Emhoff, art direction by Crystal Dennis, theme song written by Andrew Lynn and performed by Nick Testa. Follow The Novelizers on Threads, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and support us on Patreon. The Novelizers is an unauthorized work of parody. Copyright 2025, Novelizers, LLC.
Support for Cincinnati Public Radio comes from Metro Bus Service, offering a means to connect Hamilton County residents with reliable transportation to and from work and to many leisure activities throughout the Cincinnati area. For more information, visit go-metro.com. Metro, your way to go.